Don't give up. Don't give up. Marriage is sweet. I'm saying I want just us to be in a world where men are ready to embrace women as intelligent, women as equal. Hello, hello. Hi, sweetie.
Hi, darling.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
So this is your first video of the year.
This is my first video of the year, and I'm glad I'm here.
You're glad you're here.
Yes, after a long time.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, my name is Peter Odeta and welcome to the channel. Next to me is my gorgeous husband who has graced me with his presence. And today I'm so excited to have him here because I want to talk about a topic that I've discussed with some of my friends and some people have had people talk about it. And I'm so happy that I get to have a male opinion on this subject. But there's something that so many people, babe, are saying right now.
Mm,
Ladies mostly, they're like asking this question: where are good men? Like, what is happening?
mm,
You've seen that video on TikTok where the a Christian man beheaded his girlfriend,
yeah,
and that's really sad. And also, men are divorcing. There's so much, and I'm not just going to put it on men. I think it's happening, in both sides.
mm,
And I think things are becoming hard. And us being married, when we watch the things on social media, it actually affects you and your mindset on what marriage should look like. And I
uh,
know there are some young couples, this being 2025, I know there are guys who are Christians who are preparing or praying to get married. And today I just wanted us to talk about like our experience, the challenges that we have faced as a young Christian couple, and
mm,
maybe coming into marriage for someone out there who is getting ready or preparing to get married. That when they watch this video, there's some things that at least they will know. Yeah.
yeah, I get you.
Mm.
Now, first of all, I would like to appreciate you
Yeah.
and actually want to say happy birthday, my
Okay.
gorgeous wife.
Okay. Thank you.
And it has been really been long. It has been like a minute
Yeah.
without being on your channel,
Yeah.
but I'm happy I'm here. Now, most times we talk about marriage, but we don't put a price to it. We don't always look at what comes out of marriage.
Mm.
What do we want when we get married?
Mm.
That is what most people don't know. So we are mostly prepared for the wedding, but not
The
actually
marriage.
the marriage
Yeah.
itself. So this is the person you're going to first of all spend about a decade or more, so a lot of years with.
The rest
That
of your
is
life,
that
actually.
is that is the person you're going to have children with. That is a person that you're going to be waking up to. And
Yeah.
now we are getting these challenges simply because maybe we're not focused. We don't know what does marriage come with.
Yeah.
What do we take home? Now, look at the financial bit of it. You don't.
I think I want us to talk about. Let's start with what we faced. Maybe it will help someone. I want us to talk it in our view,
In our view.
like as Christian couples. I think. Okay, sorry to cut you short.
Okay.
Why I'm saying this because I think it's very important to give people an example which they can relate to.
Mm,
Let's say for us, I think when we got married, one of the challenges that we faced as a young Christian couple was financial. We faced a financial challenge,
yes, yes.
but I swear God helped us through it, babe.
Mm,
When we first met, you
yeah.
were still at school.
Uh-huh.
I think I was working.
Yeah, you were
I
working.
was working by that time, but still, as in there was just that leadership beat that was hard.
Mm,
You not having money, me being the one with money, it was
yeah.
really hard. And I remember I would feel so bad. You remember how I used to feel so bad that you could take me out,
Mm,
that you couldn't be there for me when I wanted you to be there for me. I remember when you took me out one day and you had to buy me ice cream and you were just seated watching me because you wanted to make me happy. But that was a challenge we faced because financially we're not there.
Yeah, one thing I want to say is, first of all, I'll come with a point of the woman is working and you're not working. Then you look at that, you find yourself thinking, maybe that is the money she might help you with, or that is our money.
Yeah.
Come on.
Her money is her money.
Her money is her money, and what we work for and what we do is to complement them.
Yeah.
Actually, they need our money more than they need theirs.
Amen to that.
Theirs is for making them look good, work on the nails, go shopping. Correct.
Yeah,
The
but
truth is, we have to work harder than our women. We need to work harder than our wives so that we provide for them.
I think men should have the mindset of leadership. The truth is,
Yeah.
I don't really, we don't believe in 50-50. That is
Yeah.
something we don't believe in our house. But my husband knows I am there to help. Literally, if I have money or if I've made money, if I've worked and I've made money, I literally give him all the money because I know him being the leader, he plans better than me. There are things that he does better than me. But I think for us at the beginning, it was financially we're challenged. I remember we started really, oh my God, everything that we have right now, we didn't have because also the young Christians who are waiting for a man to be established, to have everything for you to settle down. Sweetheart, me, when I met my husband, we had our plastic chairs. That's what we started with. We had our plastic
And
chairs.
remember, those plastic chairs came from mommy's place.
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
We brought them from
From
your mom's
my mom.
place.
But babe, those are the
And
first chairs
yeah,
I bought
those were-
with my money.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
that's
But
literally
of course, they were at home.
yeah.
And those are the first chairs we started with.
Yeah, and I think
So-
it's because for me, when I was at school, because I'd gone back to school, I had a house, I had everything, and you're
Yeah,
fresh from
so-
school.
Yeah, I was fresh from school. I didn't
You
have
had nothing. So
But at least I came out with a bed.
yeah, you came out with a bed and also some things.
Yeah.
But what I'm just trying to say that yes, it was a challenge that financially we're not stable, but we had each other. So if really God gives you a partner who is not yet there, the thing is nowadays we want already made
People who are established already.
Yeah, we don't want
And the
someone
truth
to
is-
grow with us.
And the truth is, you growing with your person makes you all build together.
Yeah.
Like there is that strong foundation. You have that kind of sense of, I can't leave this person because
They were there
we
for
have
me.
yes,
We
we
have
have
history.
started from far.
Yeah.
There is nothing that will ever break us.
Yeah.
But
Though
anything.
also people leave. I think people also leave people who they've grown with.
Yeah.
But I think this being a Christian couple we are talking to, I'm saying that God, if you trust God, that if you're going to start together and you're not even financially stable, you as a woman, you're going to encourage your man, you're going to push your man. And I think that's one thing we've done, vice versa.
Yeah.
You people will reach the peak, but it can be a challenge. For us, we faced it. Though we really didn't have headache because me coming from a humble background, I didn't really ask my husband much. And me being someone who is not so much into gifts, I was so happy with what we had. I remember, oh my God, that's a story for another day. So what is the other challenge we faced and we overcame?
Maybe
Spiritual maturity.
Spiritual maturity. Yeah.
So spiritual maturity.
Spiritual maturity. Most times, okay, like the other person is maybe doing the fasting from the other church. Let me say their church is doing 21 days of fasting and you guys are doing 14 days of fasting. Then you see that challenge. Now, after you're done with your 14 days of fasting, the person tells you,
Wants you to
but I
continue."
thought we're still continuing. I thought we're doing a 21 days. And you're like, no, my
No.
mind was not set for that.
Yeah, but I
So
think
until you come to an understanding that, you know what, a church is, I mean, you have to be in one accord, you know, you have to encourage each other. Okay, when I'm not fasting and you're fasting, doesn't mean I should also fast. Okay?
Okay.
It means maybe I should encourage you, please, have you done this today? Is this done today? Have you opened your Bible? Have you read a verse today? You know?
Okay, for me, my take on spiritual maturity is that sometimes when you get married, you're going to find that um, maybe your partner today is not just in the mood to read the Bible,
Mm,
is not in the mood to pray, is not in the mood to fast, and you're in that place maybe spiritually grown and matured, and the person you're relating with is not that spiritually mature. You find that you people begin to face a challenge, and that challenge comes from you feel like they're dimming your light. And it's true. That's why they say if you're going to marry someone, try to marry someone who is in the same spiritual level with
with
you.
you.
I think for us, our challenge was even when my husband met me, I remember I was so zealous about God. I had
Mm,
my own challenges. I had my own things going on. I remember even there's a time you asked me out. I was like, this guy is so carnal. I felt like my husband was carnal, but he wasn't carnal because he was trying to ask me out. Because at that point, I was so really like focused on my faith. But even when we got married, there's a tendency of you want to be you wanting to be more spiritual than your
done.
partner.
Mm,
And I think this is one of the challenges, like you were saying, was the fasting bit. I used to fast, and I would expect my husband to fast with me.
mm,
Like I would want him to fast, and when he said no, I'm not fasting, I would get a little bit pissed off.
mm,
But in actual sense, salvation is a personal journey,
mm,
but also you have to agree. If your partner is saying that I cannot fast because of this and this, these are my reasons, then understand.
mm,
It's very important to understand or pray over them. If you see maybe they are lukewarm, pray over them, that let God help them. Also, maybe to come to your level. Let me tell you the thing about spirituality.
mm.
Sometimes it fluctuates. There are days where your partner is
It's
really
low.
down, is
Yeah.
low,
Mm,
and you're up there. You
yeah.
are the one to push them, encourage them.
Pull them up.
So
Yeah.
yes, so the thing about I think young married couples right now, all the singles, they're like, oh, I want a man who speaks in tongues. I want a spiritual
Mm,
man. My husband was a protocol. This man would stand from morning to like sunset, standing, like waiting for the man of God to leave church and come back. And I after getting married to him, I saw that, oh, okay, he also breaks. I
mm,
mean, he prays, but there are days he doesn't feel like praying. So what do I do? Instead of me criticizing him, instead of you maybe criticizing your person,
yeah.
you
Encourage
encourage
them.
them.
Yeah.
I think for me, I've had days when I wake up and I'm praying Mashata, and I literally hear my husband start going, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. And because he's tired, you see, but it's a challenge, but
Ah,
you have to know to be there for your partner.
very true.
Another challenge is don't get married because others are
Are
getting
getting married.
married. And this is happening in the church a lot. Young couples, you see another couple get married. Now you're also like, you think you're ready. You're not ready.
Now, just because someone younger than you
Mm,
has gotten married,
mm,
you feel you need also to get married
yeah.
because you're already old and all that stuff.
Mm,
But that is not the logic. That is not how it works.
yeah.
People are blessed differently.
Mm,
Now, you may find they already have the money. Okay? Sometimes
mm.
these days, people already are established. You see, they talk about uh, these are the planned husbands, planned wives, or planned kids, and all that stuff. But it comes with their family might be having the money and they may be ready. Yet for you, you actually don't have the money to actually
To aid your
to aid
wedding
your
or
wedding, to aid your marriage, and all that stuff. So you end up uh, like stressing, you know, that because Jan has gotten married or your friend has gotten married, I also want to get married.
but even getting married right now is not even more about finances. You remember when at the beginning,
Mm.
spiritual fathers have encouraged that if you want to get married, just come to church. You don't need people, you don't need address. Marriage can be made simple. But the thing about marriage is, are you spiritually mature for the marriage?
Mm-hmm.
Are you physically and and mentally ready for the marriage.
Mm.
It is a challenge that so many young people get into marriage thinking that, oh, it's
It
going
is
to
a bed of
be a
roses.
bed of roses. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not a bed of roses. For us being married now, like coming to like 3 years, I can assure you, for us, God, we had so many people say, oh, marriage is hard, the first year is really hard. Oh
Mm.
my God, sometimes we can't relate. We really can't relate because God was so faithful. We were so ready for marriage
Actually,
that.
the friends you have, which kind of friends do you relate with? Because the friends that tell you different things, someone can come and tell you, you know what, marriage is hard, just because their relationship fighting all the time. Okay, now they can come up and tell you marriage is hard, and yet for you, if I work out my marriage like this, it is going to be actually what I want it to be. Okay, now what I'm trying to say is, you have to work your own marriage, not looking at what others have passed through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what is the other point? Don't give up. Don't give up. Marriage is sweet.
Marriage is amazing, more so with the person that you chose. Okay,
A person
that
who
is
compliments
person that
you,
compliments
who
you, a
is not
person that is always there for you,
not judgmental,
not judgmental, not
so
not not that person that always looks down on you,
trying to
you know
compete with you.
trying to compete with you.
Yeah.
That is the kind of person you should never give up on.
But babe, do you know right now there's just a lot of competition going on
Yeah.
between, like, you find that you're married to your wife
Mm.
and vice versa, but you feel like it's like your husband is competing with you.
Mm.
Men do not want to share like platforms or just okay, like glory. Some men, I'm not saying, but just there are a few men out there who don't
naturally
want.
naturally a man is like a king. He's a
Mm-hmm.
king.
Yeah.
you know I'm talking as a lord and king.
Yes,
now
sir.
now this is they don't like you competing with them. You're in public and he's saying something, then maybe you come up and you want to overtake him. you know
Yeah.
that is not nice.
But also, yes, it's not nice. But babe, have you seen men who allow their women to shine? Who know that their women are intelligent?
That is different. We are talking about a competitive kind of atmosphere.
Yes,
Okay,
but that's not
I'm
what I was
saying
talking
I'm s-
about.
what are you talking
I
about then?
was saying that why don't men, I'm not, I don't really, I really don't want to talk about men who think that when their wife maybe raises up an opinion, and I don't want even us to encourage that she's trying to dim his light,
Mm.
because that's what most men think. Because babe, you know me, most times I can also be, like there with my points. Now, if I say my things in front of you, doesn't mean I'm dimming your light. I'm saying I want just us to be in a world where men are ready to embrace women as intelligent, women as equipped, women, like, why do men feel threatened? We've had the story of one of our loved ones,
Mm.
mostly even at work. Anyway,
Mm.
but that's not a topic, because I know if we go there, one thing again, a challenge you should know,
Eh,
in marriage as a Christian couple, don't think when you get married that you people are not going to argue.
yeah, there
You are
is
going to
there
argue,
is there
but
is arguing, but the truth is we have to let the leader lead. You know, let your man lead.
babe, no one is saying that men are not supposed to lead. That is actually where you made you put this whole thing of leader. What is leadership?
Now,
What
leadership
mm.
is what is leadership? Pause.
So babe,
Yeah.
can we also talk about this challenge when it comes to sex? Uh, this is something I was so glad that one day I went with friends outside, and I remember we were talking about sex. in marriage in the context of Christianity,
Mm.
mostly when it comes to fasting. I remember when we just got married, I was very, very keen on the fact that when I was fasting, I didn't want to have sex selfishly, not even considering you. It didn't really take long me not to realize. I think
Mm.
it just happened twice. And I think that's when I remember I was really desperate for something from God. And I was so like in that place of prayer that being touched irritated me. So it's also a challenge that can happen. But what do you say about that? Because I believe that when you're fasting, you have to agree. Are we going
Yeah, it is.
to
It is actually an agreement between a couple,
mm,
and you have to let your wife know. Maybe you have to let, or you have to agree
with your
with your
partner?
partner that you know what, today we are fasting,
Nothing
and
is happening.
nothing is happening, and that is it.
And you agree on
You're
both
all setting your
sides.
minds. All your minds are set. You
Mm.
know, because I mean, anytime sex can happen
Yeah, I mean, in marriage, a
in
marriage where
marriage.
people love each
Yeah,
other. But I think also that's one thing. I think it's not something like that we really really face, but we just want to put it out there that it can happen. Like you see the thing about
it is
the presence
actually,
of God,
yeah,
the presence of God, the Holy Spirit,
can
when it
overtake you.
can overtake you, that
Mm.
you don't want to.
Anything to
There are
like,
things we've had challenges, like the times when I'm fasting and I'm so irritated by any channel. I don't want to watch
mm,
any channel. I'm literally in my room. I leave my husband here, and there's something that our Father in the Lord said, babe. I remember Daddy once say that the Holy Spirit can take over you.
mm,
It will be up to you to remind yourself, I'm a wife, I have to go and cook for my husband. I have to
yeah.
do this and do this. Because if you lock yourself in a room and just worship God, you will worship Him, because God loves a time with Him.
And another thing is, most times we may actually forget, okay,
Mm,
that you know, maybe my partner is not fasting, me, I'm done fasting.
mm.
Then before you know it, you're in church up to around what time? You even forget
Yes.
about coming
Yes.
maybe to cook for your husband. You
By that,
forget
that's a
that
very big
you are a wife.
challenge.
Yes, you forget that you are a wife.
Babe, I want you
Yes,
to talk about it in this way. So we are ministers in church.
yes.
I am in the choir ministry. My husband is in the protocol ministry, but also as a young couple,
Mm,
we've been given the opportunity to lead young marrieds
yes.
under 40.
40s.
Okay,
Yes.
so that is our ministry. Most times I'm in church, my husband is also in church, but then there are times whereby you have to ask yourself, does my ministry come before my marriage, or my marriage comes before my ministry?
That is a bit challenging.
No, it is not challenging.
I
Your
think I
marriage
think my
comes.
marriage comes first.
You think
My marriage comes first.
your marriage comes first, because
Then my
your
ministry.
marriage is your first ministry.
Yes,
The
yes,
moment your
actually, very
home
true.
is not
Mm.
working out together,
That means even your ministry
is not
is
going
not
to
going to
work.
work
You're
out.
going to be
And people,
affected.
yes, people will not respect you because you're not working out things fast
If you're
at your home.
fighting in your house, it's
Mm.
going to be reflected in your ministry.
Yeah.
If you're having arguments now, like me and my husband, one thing that we do, we have a cell
Mm.
where we both sit with young married couples. How are you going to tell them to love, to be resilient, to forgive,
Mm.
yet you people don't have that ability to be resilient and to forgive each other?
Mm.
It all starts with the house ministry, how you serve your husband, how you listen to your husband. Because when you give a man anything and everything, how is the man going to stop you from worshiping your God? Because it's just going to be like, oh, this woman,
I think she's learning a lot from God.
because
She's learning
of
a lot from,
what she's
yes,
doing in the house
yes.
of the Lord, it's
Mm.
reflected in our
This
marriage.
side, yes.
So he encourages.
Very true.
So,
So why again most men who are not you know, religious,
born
who are not
again,
born again, why they mostly
don't
don't
allow.
allow their wives to come to church, or why they even hate coming to church, is because of what women are portraying out there.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
you go to church
you
every day,
go to
but your
church
mouth
every
is.
day, you're going to church every day, and but you're not showing him what you're supposed to do as a wife. Okay,
You're not
you forget
reflecting.
you forget about your home, but we go out there and we are
Pretend
the ones kneeling for the pastor. You bring a gift for the pastor, you're bringing this, but you've never
than that.
brought a gift for your husband. You've
You,
never brought
you,
a
you,
gift
you
for
remember
your
what our father in the Lord, our
yes.
spiritual father, said actually one day in church. It was like a woman came and she was kneeling, and she said, "Oh, I brought you something." And she's like, "Have you ever
I
bought
have
your
bought it for your
husband?
husband.
Have you
Yes.
bought? Can you take this
Can you
and
take
take for your
this for your
husband?"
husband?
Yeah. So
Actually,
yeah.
that is
So
what is breaking most couples.
exactly. That is a challenge.
It is.
The challenge that you put your ministry above your marriage, forgetting that your marriage
Is
is
the
your
first.
first ministry. Guys, God is not going to support that, because the biggest and the most important ministry is your
Starts from your
marriage,
household.
your household.
Yeah.
How you treat your partner, how you love your partner, it reflects the love of God, and that love will just overflow to other
To other people,
areas
and
of your life.
yes, and even to other people.
Yeah.
Other couples in church, they will be encouraged because they have seen the works you do. They have seen how you reflect it. They have seen how you love your wife, how you do things together, you know.
Our video comes to an end. It was becoming so long, so I will be doing a part 2 of this video, still talking about challenges. And if this video has blessed you, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and comment below. And also, I'll be glad to see you in the next episode. Bye. I love you with the love of Christ.